Hello everyone and welcome to Feral Druid PvP guide for Phase 2 Season of Discovery. We'll talk about gear, talents, runes and its combinations, weak auras that I use, rotation and some gameplay in the end. I hope this will help you in understanding this class and getting better. Phase 2 and new runes like King of the Jungle and Berserker dramatically change our PvP experience as Feral Druid. Also, we had some ability nerfs and buffs, so we are not one ability spec anymore. But these changes are actually good. Our Mangle base damage has been 10% nerfed, but Shred is buffed and Rake has some huge like 50% bleed buff and so on. We are now able to produce some insane bursts in small period of time, and I can freely say that we are now one of the biggest bursts in whole game. On top of that, we can combine our new Dire Bear form with Survival Instinct or Survival of the Fittest runes or both in same time to produce some sick tanking in combination, and on other side to keep that attacking potential with Berserk and Mangle spams in bear form. All of these combinations will be covered later in this video, so make sure to watch till the end. Let's get started! We will start with the gear, but I won't just give you the best items for each slot, but I will try to provide you other available solutions worth mentioning without playing Gnomerigan raid, because there is still a lot of players that play this game casually. So don't worry, you can deal loads of damage without being beasts, and this gear is relatively easy to obtain in Phase 2. Before I start listing items, let's focus on stats priority in PvP. The stats we are chasing are agility and stamina. The balance between these two would be perfect, but it mostly depends on the purpose of your build. If you want to be a flag carrier, you will go with a high stamina and less DPS items. On the other side, if you want to be a silent killer and burst down enemy healers, you can go a little bit squishier version with less stamina. In 1 vs 1, I will advise you to go balanced build, with changes to be made depends on enemy class you are facing. At the moment of speaking, I still haven't played Gnomerigan and I have plans on starting it after this video. However, I tried to get almost full prebis by completing BFD, new dungeons and even some 40+ level quests to get some special items. This head is from BFD and it's actually pretty good for PvP because it gives us agility, nice stamina and even some attack power. This would probably be a leatherworking epic item since it gives us more agility, more stamina and 1% hit rating, which is very important for PvP. But I would say that this usable effect is not recommended in PvP. So my head is still near beast, even it's from last phase. Other solution would be also a BFD piece, tailoring piece which is fully offensive one, and even this lower eye level leatherworking head slot. I won't mention world drop items at all because they have insanely low % drop chance and they are very expensive, so better stick with these I just mentioned. So next one is neck. It's from Honored Reputation with War Song, and I hugely advise you to get this one because it's more than a decent, and if you struggle with getting other solutions from raids. These solutions are of course this one from Gnomerigan with more attack power, more critical, and one without stamina from BFD. Also another easy pick would be Eternal Talisman from Quest in Hillsbrad. My shoulder slot is from Trash Mobs from Razorfang Crawl, but I would definitely recommend you to go with a Razorfang down shoulders, which are insane for PvP, and its drop rate is 50% from one of the bosses. But I played it 5 times and I couldn't get them, and there is not much groups around doing this dungeon, so it's a little bit tricky. Other solution is also Trash from Scarlet Monastery, which again has insanely low drop rate, and one Beast PvE from Quest from Feralis with full damage stats. My back is from playing PvP and getting Sergeant 3 rank, and it's decent. 2 beast options are of course from Gnomerigan, but there is plenty of options from World Drop with insanely low drop rate. About beast chest there is not even a debate, It's Gnomeregan with tremendous stats. Mine are easily obtainable through leatherworking and an auction house. Other solutions are again trash mobs from Razorfan Downs, which is again RNG. There are also two insane options from quests, but for these two you will need a group of people to complete them since mobs are 7+ levels higher than you. One quest is even level 50 elite with I think 70k health. Wrist of course exalt a reputation with Warsunk, which casual player of course can't have. Solution for wrist slot are mine wrist from leatherworking, which is cheap, then Skull Monastery Cathedral job and 2 world job races, which are harder to get. This weapon for both PvP and PvE is this beauty obtainable through Strandleton Whale PvP event. You need 1 day to get it, so there aren't other options. Go and get it now, you need only 15 silver coins for this beauty. Gloves are also best for PvP and PvE, and they are from level 43 quest in Feralas. Other solution is Razorfan Downs boss job, also easy to obtain. Waste is maybe my poorest slot. This one is from Gnomeregan, of course, and potential solutions are Arathi Basin Honor PvP status piece and one from Deathwallow Marsh West. On leg slot, I have 2 solutions, more offensive one and one more defensive with 10 stamina. I usually switch them, but personally I love using one with stamina. These are from Gnomeregan quest and drops. All 3 are freaking insane, as you can see. My feet are decent and I got them from Excelsior quest chain in Strandleton Whale from Booty Bay, and you need like 20, 25, 30 minutes to complete this. Other solution beside Gnomeregan is BFD1, which I couldn't obtain through 6 runs. If I had them, I would probably use them for PvP instead of these mine. These are of course from Gnomeregan. When it comes to rings, first one is Bis from Warsong Honor Reputation, which I have, and second would be also ring from Warsong, which I also have, or Scarlet Monastery job, where I would still prefer the PvP one. This next to first ring is Gnomeregan Hypercharged Gear of Devastation with some elite stats. Trinkets are more or less useless with some minor stats. One I got is Bis, other is from Gnomeregan. You can choose between these two and get yourself a PvP trinket in Orgrimmar. When it comes to talents, they're pretty straightforward for PvP. You just have to choose between Feral Aggression for better ferocious bite hits and Feral Instincts for better stealth since we are playing PvP. It's fully up to you. My stealth sucks hard, but I'm lazy to reset the points. Other thing you can choose between is Nature's Grass Root that can help against all melee classes, or Feral Fairy Fire, which helps definitely against rogues, so you don't have to leave your form. My pick is Nature's Grasp for now because I use my racial stun a lot and that makes me leave my cat or bear form anyway. About talents in general, there is nothing much to talk about. All the damage, energy costs and combinations will be covered in rotation thread of this video. Now let's talk about the runes in general and their potential combinations which could work. So some standard pick would be Wild Strikes on your chest, Mangle on your hands, Berserk on your waist, Savage Roar on your hands and King of the Jungle on your feet. When we talk about a chest rune, we can definitely use Survival of the Fittest in PvP when we are about to engage fight with rogues or even warriors. The thing is that we got Dire Bear form which provides us much better defensives than the normal bear form, and now we got Berserk. When we use Berserk in bear form, our Mangle doesn't have any cooldown and it hits as almost as a cat's Mangle. So why not trying to keep that insane defensives from bear form and change that Wild Strikes into Fittest rune and just camp in the bear form with Berserk active. That way we could make Cat Opener with Pawns, keep the Jungle rune to regen our energy in Opener, hit a 3-pointer rip and switch instantly into a bear form with Berserk and Fittest rune, which will definitely help huge against warriors, rogues, or even paladins to keep that tankiness. That will be one of the options. Other option is to go full defensive against rogues, chest fittest and feed survival instinct instead of king of the jungle, since rogue will most likely open first and you will camp in bear form. You can outplay them with proper survivability and proper skills, which I will show you in one of the next videos. Also, you can make combination of wild strikes and survival instincts against some clother with huge burst. For example, Fire Mage. Fire Mage Pyroblast can hit up to 1k. If you manage to survive it, you can pretty much burst it down. All in all, we have that standard offensive setup and that other option with bear form, which in my opinion can work pretty fine against melees. So it's not all about 5 standard moves, thanks to berserk ability and attacking potential that we got from it in the bear form, which we didn't have in phase 1. Okay guys, there isn't really one rotation in PvP because it's situational, depends on much things. Is your trinket available or not? Is enemy trinket available? Do you have any help from your teammates? Do you need fast combo points or you need fast bleed on target where damage isn't priority? Do you want to force some big defensives first? You know, there is a much things, but there is a couple of things you should know and think about to make your rotation meaningful and effective. With standard attacking runes, when we don't want to use Berserk, but we want to open with Pawns, the first thing I do after Pawns is Savage Roar. We need Savage Roar always because of a 30% physical damage boost with at least one combo point. Why just one CP? Well, if you don't use Berserk, then our energy is very limited and we want to spend these combo points and energy for some other abilities instead of wasting it on duration of Savage Roar. So we got Pawns. We got Savage Roar, one mangle to boost that bleed damage by 30%. Keep in mind that not only Ray can benefit from this, but also Shred counts as a bleed attack. At that moment, we are out of energy. We go instant Tiger's Fury, which refreshes 60 energy with our rune and boosts our damage by 15%. Then we go Shred, followed by Rake. If you ask why Shred before Rake, it's because Shred requires you to be behind the target, so use your pawn's stun to land at least one Shred. You can easily apply Rake after it, even if target move or not, you know. After that you should have at least 3, but I was lucky here and I had a crit, so I got 4 combo points. Ideally would be to land at least one more Shred, but in current meta it's risky because everyone one-shots here. So without Berserk I usually do 3 combo point rip and go for instant bear stance if I face melee or hunter enemy. Okay, I saw a warrior here and let's try this combo on a random warrior who passed by. So for example, this guy is there, let's try without Berserk. What we say? Shred. Okay. Okay. Here, you see. Look at gear score. Look at the weapon. Lol. You know, very overpowered, so imagine using Berserk to land 2 or 3 shreds. That can be like 4k health, you know, if you got lucky. Now let's do it with Berserk. There's a couple of different uses of Berserk. You can use it before Pounce to reduce energy from both Pounce and Savage Roar, or you can wait until you get to Shred, or you can use it to remove fear, or you can make Cat Opener and use Berserk in bear form with spam mangles. After that, I advise you in most cases to go with instant Berserk because current meta is broken. You will most likely shred everyone apart with some exceptions. Start with Berserk, Pounce, now you can Savage Roar or do one more mangle to get 2 combo points before Savage Roar. It's up to you. Then Shred, Rake, then you go Tiger's Fury and Shred until 5 combo points, Rip, and then just spam Shreds and reapply Rake with Shapeshift in between if you run out of energy. Usually happens that you somehow can make attack from back and your energy keeps sitting. Don't mind hitting some mangles in that case, but Shred is priority by far. You can see I dealt 11k damage for 20 seconds even though I couldn't use Rake and Rip on dummy, but this looks promising. Keep in mind that you can also use Ferocious Bite against healers because that ability converts your remaining energy into damage. It can be decisive, unlike Rip, which is for longer fights. And yes, as I said in the beginning, rotation might vary depending on situation. Okay, when we talk about macros, there is no much macros you actually need in phase 1 because you don't have abilities like Cyclone or Entangling Roots. I mean, if we had Predatory Strikes from Wrath of the Lich King where our next ability could be Instant Cast, we would need some focus macros for Cyclone, for Entangling Roots. This way you don't need much macros. We got Berserk here with this proc, you know, same time, because this got a 3 minutes cooldown also. Cat form with this charge, just one click, 2 fast clicks and you are charging instantly an enemy. You don't have to click the bear form and then click our charge. You just click one button and you are charging the enemy. Maul and Mangle in bear form on the same button, just clicking this. You'll be able to hit Mangle and Maul in the same time. I mean, when Mangle is available. Hibernate, Mausaur macro for Feral Druids, for pets, counter pets. You don't have to focus, you don't have to focus or target the pet to put him to sleep. Mangle just nothing, start attack. Survival Instinct, I just changed the icon of ability, that's why I made a macro, and that's it. When we talk about weak auras, I will explain this because someone will surely ask me in the comments. I made this very simple. All of these I just it's easier to track your Berserk, your Savage Roar, your Survival Instinct. Survival Instinct is a very useful one because when you drop your health, when Survival Instinct expires, you could drop to 1 HP. So sometimes when I see that Survival Instinct is about to expire in 10 seconds, that means you need to heal yourself. If you don't heal in the middle of the fight, you're dropped to 1 HP and you're dead. So you need to see that. Savage Roar, this one is useful for PvE and PvP because in PvP also you should always have your Savage Roar. It's always good to have at least 1 point of Savage Roar active at the time. And Berserk, yeah, of course, so you can easily track your Berserk, your Mangles in bear form, your Fear immunity, you know, that's all. How to create some, for example, you go new aura, you go icon. For example, let's say, I don't know, let's create Regroth. You go to trigger, here, trigger. You can spell ID or name. Spell ID, you can see ID down, okay? We go by name, for example, Regroth. Okay. This one is in the middle. We drop it, for example, here. When we use Regroth, you will see how much of Regroth is left here. So that way you can make all of these auras I made. It's always good to have them, so you know, that's it. Okay guys, video is already too long, so gameplay will be shorter. More videos are about to come. So we got Warrior defending a flag here. We do a classic opener with Bounce, Savage, Mangle. And you could see that he instantly popped Retaliation. When you see these blades, you better stop attacking him because you are killing yourself too. I had to raid him once again since he dodged my first one. Then we go 3-pointer Rip, followed by instant bear stance charge to keep him immobilized while retaliation is on. Now this is important part. After the immobilization from charge, you use that time to cast the roots, but you need to keep the zone between 5 and 8 range so he can't use charge to break the root if he has Warbringer rune, and he can't auto attack you. If you go too far away, he will simply charge you out of roots. We are literally healing and watching him die because bleeds dealt like 8 to 900 200 damage just while he was rooted. Switch to bear form and end this. You can use berserk if you need to. This scene is so fun and you can learn the importance of runes, gear and tactics because the game is not only about one single rotation like in PvE. What we got here? We got here clearly overgeared melee hunter, one of the most brain dead specs at the moment, if not the most broken one when it comes to melee fight. By the way, non-trinket traps are the biggest nonsense in game. However, guy ripped me apart with my stand-up build, but who watches my videos knows that I'm always coming back for revenge. So I switched my chest, turned Wild Strikes rune into Survival of the Fittest and King of the Jungle into Survival Instincts rune on my feet. Tactic is not the fighting cat form at all, because we are inferior. Bear form, berserk and mangle spams. Again I got frozen, but I was ready spamming bear form as soon as he opens. He did it and I've gone bear form, berserk, weapon proc and instant survival instinct because he needs to remove that bonus HP first. Everything was so smooth, but nearby priest got me like 30 to 40% health from his casts. This was an easy win. I was full of rage that I could use Maul and Frenzy regeneration. Was a clear win over that hunter. Okay, we came to the end of the video. This video was more about theory and some basics of Feral Druid, not much about gameplay. If you want to see more serious gameplay against each class, make sure to leave a subscribe and leave a like because it means a lot. Thanks and see you soon.